Hi, how are you all doing today? My name is Charlie. I'm a non binary sci fi fantasy writer, and I am all the overwhelmed right now. I am all the overwhelmed right now. It's fine. Everything's fine. Good news. It's all been good news. But I am all the overwhelmed and have really done little to nothing today. I've just been kind of processing emotions today. So, long story short, last night, after most people had left the Tuesday hangout, it was just me, Glory, Tom, and Brian in the chat, and I got a ding, and I saw that I had an email, and I read the email. And very long story short, I have been nominated to have a seat on the board of directors for the religious institution that I am a member of. Not the local one, not the country one, but the international one. And that's a big deal. That is a very big deal. I am very humbled, very honored, and freaking out about it. I have gotten back to them about it and my thoughts about this. But yeah, all the overwhelmed, all of the overwhelmed. So if I'm a little distant today, my brain is everywhere and nowhere all at once. So, having said that, I am not alone today. I am joined by the wonderful and amazing Cat Leo, who is doing some amazing things in the background that we'll probably get to hear about it a little bit. The phenomenal Megan McCarthy, who has to figure out exactly who all of her characters are, because unlike other writers, she's doing the homework. And I'm calling myself out on that more than anybody else, to be honest. The amazing, the prolific, the 5 billion times published Laura Nettles, who
it's
just
only
gets
16.
Only.
only 16.
Only.
Yeah. The newly minted, totally frustrated, and oh wow, that's what everybody's been talking about all this time. Carrie HR. Sorry to welcome you into publishing this way, but you have now been baptized with fire and lightning. And the phenomenal, the amazing, the writer extraordinaire, Stephanie Whitson. Oh my goodness! I've had a day, not quite the day that Carrie's had, but I've had a day.
You know what? I'm just going to think of it as content for volume 2 to write about. So I've been, this book series is the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So
yeah, I try to be as honest and direct about my experiences in publishing, because I've been doing this for a very, very long time. My first book was published in 2005, and I've been doing this thing ever since. And yeah, I've had the ups, I've had the downs, I've had the Amazon. Why? Just why? Why are you? So I try to be honest.
I'm just gonna say, Bezos needs to spend more money on his tech team.
So much more, but we're not saying anything bad, Space Daddy. We're not saying anything bad, Space Daddy. Don't punish our books. Let our books continue to sell, but please,
it's constructive criticism. Spend more money on your tech team.
Yeah. It's just a conspiracy
for an online company. Spend more money on your tech team.
I know it's just a conspiracy theory, but I noticed that when I would say anything bad about Amazon on my podcast back in the day, my book sales would slump. Purely coincidental, I'm sure. Not making any aspersions against anyone's character, or saying that anybody would have done anything punitive. It was just an odd thing that I would say something and watch my sales numbers go down. Things that make you go, All right. So, because I see the chat getting really, really quick, before we continue on chatting up here, let me just say hello to everybody real quick. Hello, Whited. How are you doing today? Yes, I do a lot of World Animal stuff on here. Hello, Eva. How are you doing today? Carrie's doing the double duty because I like saying double duty. Hello, Precious. How are you doing today? Hello, Jules. It is time. There's Jen, the romance writer. How are you doing today? Oh, thank, thank you. Hello, Cool Gamer. How are you doing? Yeah, it's. I have all of the emotions all at once, and yeah, I'm pretty sure if somebody rang a bell right now, I might shatter like glass. Like just not like crying or anything. Just like just I feel like I'm a living surrealist painting right now, and anything from the surreal to the Dada could just happen because that's how my life feels right now. It's insane, and thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that on screen for a bit. So
Whatever, Laura.
I try very very hard because these people are phenomenal, and I definitely would not be doing this without them. Speaking of which, starting on the 24th, I will be stolen by my classes because they have moved to Wednesdays, and these lovely people will be doing whatever they do because I'm trusting them. I will be here for the beginning of the streams, and then I'll vanishing to go and do classwork. So just so y'all know. Hello, CB. How are you doing today? So, Carrie, do you want to explain?
Okay. So I stayed up Monday night until midnight Tuesday. So I could set the paper back up. And it would be as close to the 9th as possible to get it up. The ebook went through just fine. That's fine. It wouldn't go through. It wouldn't go through. I kept clicking it. I kept clicking it. I kept getting errors. And I'm like, what the heck? So I messaged them. They said the ISBN is not matching your title. I'm like, what? On Boker, where you get the ISBN, didn't have the word "the" at the beginning of the title, and that just. So I tried to change it in KDP. KDP wouldn't accept the change, so I changed it in Boker. Tried to change, and then it was saying my imprint wasn't matching. Okay, that's understandable. I had set this up months ago, before I bought the ISBN, so I changed that. It wasn't accepting the change, so I changed it through Boker. But Amazon, even though it's saying on my screen that everything went through and is changed, Amazon will take up to a week to recognize those changes.
Yep.
Oh, man.
How my nails are not nubs right now, and I do not have like hair the same color as Charlie, if not more white. I don't know.
This is why I try to share horror stories because there's so many good things about being a writer, and there's so many frustrations, and you just gotta be prepared because insanity doth follow.
Yeah.
And yes,
So
it
after
really is.
multiple emails, and then I finally called somebody to be like, "This is what's going on," and they tried to give me the same stock answer. It's something on your end. No, I don't think so. So he was very nice, and I'm like, I don't mean to get short with you. I just, you know, and so he checked with the tech team, and he's like, yeah, they said it could take up to a week to accept those changes through Boker. I'm like, oh. He goes, you could like try it every single day. It's just a week is like the most they've seen. So it could be ready tomorrow. It could be ready next week. And I'm like,
Oh, man.
okay, I have an event on September 1st and I need copies of books for it.
Oh,
That's
no.
going to be cutting it really close.
And Jules, yeah, I figure if John Oliver can have Business Daddy, I can have Space Daddy because I feel like it's the one thing that I can say that is slightly insulting to Jeff Bezos that he might actually take as flattering. Hello, Maggie. How are you doing today? I wish that was true. I'm pretty sure the robots are listening. I'm pretty sure the robots are listening. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of questions there that could be answered. Space Daddy should be a character, and we just have a weird bald guy who wears who wears cowboy hats for absolutely no reason. Just
Well, we do have a space cowboy.
just make him bald and don't explain anything. A bald divorcee who did terrible things on the internet. Ooh.
I'm so excited! Please! Please!
Go for it. Have the fun. Have the fun. Yeah. It's
A lack of pasta! No!
Oh no!
Yeah. So the moment I knew that my brain was super fragile is it was lunchtime and I opened the refrigerator, and while we have food, I looked in there and I went, there's nothing to eat. I guess I shall just be hungry today. And I was like, no, brain, no. No, we're not doing this today. No. And forced myself to have some ham. Because when in doubt, have ham.
Or peanut butter, unless you're allergic.
Yeah, don't eat peanut butter if you're allergic. Please,
Yeah.
do not do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
We have not had peanut butter since the recall because they have not restocked peanut butter around here since the recall.
Wow.
They finally restocked ours.
Because I keep asking Brian to pick it up, and he's like, but there's nothing in the store. I can't. See, I would say yes, release week is going well because at least everything didn't get randomly deleted. Voice of experience there. Have had that happen.
I feel the need to knock on wood.
Oh, yeah. When I say back things up and have a contingency plan, think of your release, especially as an indie, as a period of time through which you will be rolling out your content. Think of it as a period of time in which you will be rolling out your content because random shenanigans.
I went to just double check my Ingram Spark because I'm like, why hasn't the cover change process? I made those changes on Thursday. I did the thing on the library. This is 100% dumb on me. I didn't hit continue on the page where it actually accepted changes.
No. Oh.
So I'm playing my
Now it should only
phone.
take like a couple days for that to recognize, but oh my god!
So I'm turning my phone over. That I just email response from Sid about the thing that I talked about at the very beginning. So I know what I'm doing. My first sprint is reading that and processing whatever is in that message. I'm fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's just oh yeah. Well, welcome to publishing. Just it's.
I said content for volume 2. That's what I'm going to be working on this sprint. Oh my god!
This yes, Spence. This was my problem. I have vegetables, which are wonderful. I have various meats that could be used for. I have various non-meat products. Like I honestly debated whether I was just going to have a broth, a nutritional yeast broth, and just that for lunch. Because I just sat there staring at my bag of nutritional yeast, going, "It'll be fine. It'll be cheesy. It'll be delicious, and I'll be very, very happy." But I had ham instead. But yeah. Yes. Alrighty. I'm fine. I'm still having my coffee. That's how far behind on my day I am because I've just been shell shocked. I have tea made. It's in the other room waiting on this cup to be empty so I can put tea in it. But this is still coffee.
Look what I
Non
just
pulling
found.
my hair out news, I went through the 5 bins of baby clothes that I have. I was able to get about the equivalent of 1 bin's worth to send to the Spences somehow.
What?
That's
So
ginormous.
little girl is going to be set until she's 2.
That sounds amazing.
Because you've got 0 to 3 months to 2T clothes that I have set aside. I picked out like all of the favorites. Everything else is going to get packed in my car, and we'll see what I can sell at the flea market Saturday.
Nice.
So a friend of mine the other day came over to visit, and he's like the rest of us, very southern. So you don't go over to somebody's house without a gift of food. Like you just don't. Like you don't do that. And he happened to find these chocolate cupcakes that are filled with Reese's peanut butter. And this is the form that Reese's peanut butter cups were meant to be in. I'm just saying, like, this is their final form. They have finally evolved to perfection. This is what a Reese's peanut butter cup has always wanted to be. It just took a while to figure it out and a good Pokemon trainer to get it there. Like, oh my God, it's so good. So good. Highly recommend them if you can find them. And you're not allergic to peanuts. Alrighty. So,
Spence's comments with all the O's reminds me of my favorite racehorse, which is named. Well, I'll spell it out real quick on the.
hi, Nikki.
And his name is. No, I got his name wrong, but his name basically is Potatoes. It's like Pote, and then the number 8, and then there's 8 O's. And his name is Potato.
I am so sorry the internet and the gremlins are being this way today. So I feel like before we even get into sprints and stuff, let's put the warning up. Save your work. Back it up. Send it to a friend.
Save your work.
The gremlins just stole Stephanie from the stream.
Oh,
They're
man.
taking people. They're
Oh,
taking
no.
people. Save your work. Back it up. Make sure you're okay. Oreos are very, very good. But oh my goodness, if they have an Oreo like that, it would be a tough contender for the best thing ever. All right, I am sorry. I wish the internet was being better. Yes, Reese's cupcakes. Yeah, they're so good. You really need to have Mr. Spence look for them. They are phenomenal. Yeah. Writing longhand. See, I kind of want to do that. I'm going to try. Oh, let's be honest. I'm not going to be working right now. I'm going to be reading that email and sitting shell shocked once the timer goes live. Let's be honest.
I am 64 words into my 100-word story, and I'm not quite sure where it's going.
Oh, that feels like an uh-oh. Say Pokemon should have evolution behind enough. You know, I mean, I feel like this is because you start with a Reese's peanut butter cup, and then you get to those chocolate, the peanut butter fudge Oreos, which is almost the perfection of the peanut butter cup. It's so close. They're really good. If you've not had those, definitely hunt those down. They're amazing. But once you get to that rich, fudgy, like almost brownie cake, like it's somewhere like right in that sweet spot between a brownie and a cake with chocolate icing on top and peanut butter filling, like you've hit the sweet spot. It's really rich, but the peanut butter has this like fluffiness to it that breaks it up, and they put a little bit of sweetness in the icing that keeps it from being too rich. Just magic. All the magic.
So I've made chocolate frogs. I have the molds, and so I would temper the chocolate and paint them in the molds and stuff. And so I would make Reese's ones. So I have the peanut butter and the fondant powder, like and stuff, and I would make the filling, and so I would make Reese's chocolate frogs,
Ooh,
That sounds
or
like
I want
mixed
some.
white chocolate frogs, or other ones.
Yummy.
I also
Alright.
made what are they called? Queen Anne cherry ones for some friends.
Nice.
But everyone has the fondant and the cherry.
Nice. Nice. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a timer because my brain is going crazy and I need to read this email. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be very honest. Like, I need to know what just happened. I need. Mm, everything's fine. All right. So,
I think I figured out the cover.
ooh. Alrighty. So, make sure you have your document open. Make sure you know what you're wanting to do. We're doing the mermaid timer today. There are a lot of mermaids of various colors and well, just everything. So, you can either pick a number, you can pick a color, you can pick a specific color for the hair, the tail, the whatever, or just that color. Because
3.
both of them are mishmashed.
I choose purple tails.
I'm going to go with number 11 because it is my lucky number. It is the lucky number of my family for so many reasons. Alrighty.
Look at that moxie.
Stop it.
Let us go ahead and get started. In a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and go.
They don't really know how to swim with their arms.
Number 3.
I win.
Number 3. So, how'd everybody do?
Oh my gosh. What circles, circles, circles.
Well, that feels about right. So, read the message. I need to write up a bio and submit a headshot for the ballot. And yeah,
Fun.
is real. So I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I then went and just poured all of whatever this is into writing up stuff about the Ravakar and Mother Tree because I don't know what else to do right now. How did the rest of you do?
I'm working on the volume 2 entry about all of this. Apparently, on top of eating dinner, I can write 684 words.
Oh, nice.
I was just
You're very passionate right now.
It's amazing how much you can write when the anger is fresh.
I think
I'm not
it's
even
really-
angry anymore. I'm just like, what? How?
Oh,
So
it is.
I went down a crazy rabbit hole trying to figure out: do fireflies have tongues?
Answer
And
is yes, they do.
How do they work? Are they like tubes? Like how work?
I would assume
Because I
that they
need to
have
have my scary fireflies drinking blood. I'm like, wait, do they even have tongues?
I would assume that they have a proboscis that has a tongue that pulls things into it.
I can't
Like
find
most-
an anatomy of it. All they say is they're in the beetle family, and apparently beetles have tongues. Question mark? There's videos of beetles licking sap. It didn't look like a tongue to me, but they were licking sap, so I'm just gonna say yes.
Well, the great thing about creating your own critters is you can do whatever you want to. You could have them have little cat mouths if you wanted to. You could have,
Because
What's
I
the
might
There you
get
go. Set
them.
it on an alien world, and then you could do whatever the heck you want.
Well,
watched
this
a
is
really
Halloween night, so
watched a really good video the other day about why all late medieval, early Renaissance paintings of cats look like little gremlin monsters, and they had reasons. They weren't good ones, but they had reasons. And it wasn't that they had never seen a cat before. Like I figured that like they just had never seen cats before and went, I don't know, put a monster face on it. No, apparently it like all things from this time period, it involved like the devil and witches, and which is ridiculous because women good and witches they were persecuted and women power and I'll be over here. Like just yeah. Like, just yeah. But what I have to get my once more with feeling reference in at least once per stream, or you'll think I'm
I
a punk
appreciate
person.
it. I appreciate it. You know I do. Damn it, no, doesn't that sound right? Pulls up Spotify.
It's how you know that I have not been replaced by a pod person. Like there's two things that I reference all the time, and it's definitely a Charlie.
I've been working on my character worksheet, like filling out all the information. And there are like over 150 questions here. And I just realized I keep using the word like. I am such a Californian. Anyways. Yeah.
So tell me, how's the avocados and all of the wonderful restaurants that you can go to that have all of the amazing food?
It's idyllic living here.
How's the tom yum soup?
Not as good. Like I haven't eaten any tom yum soup at like a restaurant yet, except for like one restaurant that was pretty good. But I don't know. I kind of like the stuff. I had a really good place to go in Phoenix that I'm kind of like, I hope I find a place that's good here. I'm sure I will. There's so many places, but
There's this little hole in the wall Chinese place that we always used to get our food from when we lived in Oakland, and it has ruined me. It has just absolutely ruined me. Nothing tastes right anymore. Nothing, like, it's fine, but it has ruined me for all of it. Like, they made things I don't even like taste good. Like, I crave their sweet and sour chicken more than life, and I hate sweet and sour. I despise sweet and sour in
wow,
all its
I love
forms.
sweet and sour.
Crave their sweet and sour chicken, but it's all the way in Oakland, if it's even still there, because
Yeah.
we haven't lived there for quite some time. But yeah,
Okay.
ruined me.
Just finished the 100 word pace first draft.
Yay!
And another one's about to publish. Anyway, sorry.
So I figured out the magical system so I don't like die on the internet on the stream here. I hooked up to my hotspot on my phone. I put it in do not disturb. And I did not do anything else on my computer. I've been writing down stuff that I'll be transferring over to my document once I'm not using the internet to stream with you guys. So that's my magical here for now, for today. We'll see if
We
it works
found-
later.
Find a way to slay them gremlins. I am so sorry that Maggie had to leave because her internet was being a beast. Again, just reminders to everybody: save, back up. Don't let the gremlins get you. Hello,
I have a
Beth.
dagger. It's plastic. I don't know how well it'll get gremlins, but I have a dagger.
Hello,
I
Beth.
mean, I do have like a couple dozen empty notebooks I could potentially write in. So it's fine. It's just annoying, but it's fine.
Hello, Paget. Let's see. Wrote the end of scene 3 in Operation MCU. Awesome. Longhand and told off a Karen. The American national pastime. What's really fun is I never leave the house and I still have to deal with this because we have drive-by Karens here that are upset about something that's going on and literally go door to door to complain to people. It's like the worst solicitation visit ever. They're not even like trying to get you to sign a petition or anything. They just need to make sure that everybody knows about this one thing that they're really upset about.
Would you like to see what I came up with?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw the drafts. I'm very curious where this is going. There we go.
Ooh.
I
I like
replaced
the background.
I made it in Canva. Not Canva. I made this in Canva, but I made the background in Artbreeder. So this is book 1. This is book 2.
You are an art breeder, just wizard, and I love that font. I have tried so many times to find a project to justify the use of that font.
What is the
And
font?
it worked. And I had a different font, and I was like, I really can't want to show like that they're like somehow. I want a cauldron somehow in the royals part. And I finally found, and I had a bunch of different little cauldrons going on, and then I found this font, and I was like, wait, this one.
That's so pretty. And of course, you're going to have to sell posters of those beautiful, beautiful landscapes because they are beautiful. They're amazing.
I'm actually really proud of these now because I spent this whole time just like, what about this cauldron? What about this cauldron? What if I change the font? That's my whole spring. Pretty. This probably won't appear as a book for like 3 years.
So I'm trying to write up about the like history of the various districts of Ravakaran, and I find myself like writing things about like, oh, and this is named after the guy that defeated a kaiju that attacked the city back when the city was young. And but like, no, stop. That's all you need to say. Don't tell the epic tale of the kaiju attack. It does not need to be in the story. Hi, Joe. Yes, so. I will not make Kara big and full screen. I'm getting better. I'm trying to be a better person.
The temptation, though.
I have to do the super adulting now. I can't zoom in like that though. Hey. All right. Where was I in the chat? Let's see. Nikki started to write, then gave up on it for a little while so that you can think about how you want your chapter to go, then got caught up in listening to an audiobook. I have been addictively using, sure I say the name right because I've got like 5 apps on here, Plotter, to do all of my stuff. I really like the plot templates that they have because when I get messed up or when I'm not thinking right, they're a good springboard to go off of. I like that you can make custom templates to ask yourself questions in there so that when you, again, get locked up, you can remember, oh yeah, chapters should have these basic elements. Do I have them? No. Let me make sure that I have a beginning, middle, and end, and a goal. It's not just a vignette of things that happen for no reason. Yeah, I've been using that a lot. I don't know if that would help you at all, but I have been using that a lot. It actually saved my sci-fi book because I was really having a hard time with the plot. And then when they put in the W plots, I realized that's actually what I was writing and not a traditional like hero type story. So I said it was more of a traditional hero type story, and it is not. And when I read the description of the W plot, I was like, oh, that's it. That's why the story's not working, because it needs to have that and that and that. Ah. And it fixed it. Which makes me very happy. So
Can I get you guys' developmental input on this 100-word story?
one moment. Hi, Bonnie. How are you doing? Okay. Yes.
Window. This one. Oh, I was sharing the actual.
Oh,
button.
you're sharing a screen.
Some people do better with visual.
Like me.
Should I be mean? I should be mean. Womp. There we go.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, can't I switch who's who? Who's where? No? Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll do that then.
Firefly jack-o'-lanterns. That counts as 2 words. You can only have 2-word titles. Fireflies dance through the openings carved in pumpkin flesh, illuminating the interiors with gently flickering bioluminescence. Their spindle legs clutch candy stolen from trick-or-treaters, having left burn welts as compensation. Sugar bubbles and melts in their clasp, dripping down into the orange interior of the gourd, cooking it. Sweet odors fill the air, beckoning children with ether fingers. Ravenous children of the street. Little hands reach inside the jack-o'-lanterns, fishing for roasted food, only to jerk back, fingers roasted and nibbled. Blood flows down their palms, nectar for the fireflies. Tiny tongues lap at the crimson. Lightning glows red.
Ooh. I like the visuals.
Very descriptive.
That is fun.
Is there a different way I should take it that would make it better, or?
I mean, I'm sure there are other ways to take it, but I like this particular way that you've taken it
So,
personally.
if you wanted to really go into more of the creepiness of it, you might be able to do that. Because I see paths in front of you. Because you could either go more into the creepiness, like the WTF, what just happened, and accentuate that. You could go into the body horror of the little nubbin fingers that they pull back from the bloody, hungry fireflies, if that's the way you wanted to go with it. And that's really a matter of taste for what kind of horror you want to do. I do. I don't know why, but I kind of want you to try to find a way to play off more this ravenous, blood-drinking firefly thing and these ravenous children of the street. Like I feel like maybe it's a jack-o'-lantern that you get what you give, because they're ravenous and hungry, and as they get close to it, it's ravenous and hungry and nibbles on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a karma gourd or something.
Karma gourd. Ah, I love it. Cool.
No, just some weird thoughts.
Awesome.
Let's see, what do we have in chat about? See if we have anything. Don't see anything yet, but then given the time lag, they may be arriving shortly. Or I may just be completely timed out. And yes, they do. They look amazing. And
I'm so they look like a fairy
Yeah, you
tale.
said you.
they do. What were you saying, Stephanie?
So Kat was saying that she used it. She used Canva, but then also another program. What program was it?
I used Artbreeder to make the background image.
Like art as an ART?
ARTBREEDER.
It's also where I make all my a bunch of my character images and stuff. But they also have this one I made with the landscape function. And technically they're free to use because
you can't copyright computer generated images. I feel like every time Artbreeder comes up in a conversation, like we have to give thanks to the great and glorious Janet of the Blue Anvil, who wrote an article about where to get your character portraits from. And that's where I found out about Artbreeder for the first time and started spreading it around. And all hail Janet of the Blue Anvil. May things never be too dirty. It's such a bad inside joke that I don't think anybody's going to get. It's fine. I laughed. It's good. Anyhow.
Night, CB.
Night, CB. Hopefully you have a better day tomorrow with all of the things. Yeah, I can think of a couple people. Like, if karma gourds existed, like, I feel like there would have to be a log and sending them in the mail. Because, one, those poor mail carriers that would just have, like, nothing but karma gourds in the back of their vehicle that would just be like, hopefully they were great saints themselves and were not incurring the wrath of all the karma gourds that were in there, in their parcels being shipped. And also, I mean, yeah, a lot of people would be getting the karma gourds. Alrighty, so I'm going to try to continue work on this article. If you are curious about Ravakaran, I actually put up a desktop over on my Coffee page, which is pay what you want. Free is perfectly acceptable if you want to see what Ravakaran looks like, and get a sneak preview at things to come. Also, just because I am shocked at how this experiment is going. If you haven't seen it, I have made a short about the god Cure from the Pantheon in the fantasy setting that I'm working on that is up everywhere. I have an account. And why, yes, you get all the views on TikTok. It has gotten, I think, 3 times as many views on TikTok as it did on the next highest platform. So that's interesting to me, and thought I would share it. Actually, I think, yeah, Twitter was next on the list, and then YouTube, then Instagram for me. But I will be continuing to gather data as I make these and put them out into the world as to where people actually come from on this. I have noticed, though, that with the YouTube short, my subscriber count has actually started going up again for the first time in a while. So that is an interesting side benefit to this entire project.
I've also been putting shorts on YouTube. which have nothing to do with my writing, just like scenes and like going to a classic car show. The most recent one was like we were driving from one area in Texas to another, and we accidentally went across into Oklahoma. And I made like this little. I was gonna put it in a daily vlog, but I ended up not vlogging anymore that day. So I just put on a short. That one's got like 3,000 views and has nothing to do with my writing. So apparently, people are just interested in stuff that I'm doing other than my writing, which is fine because I videotape a lot. But that was the only one that like got a bad comment, the one about us crossing into Oklahoma. Because like if you watch a lot of my other videos, like me and my husband, we like kind of tease each other and joke about like everything, like driving and like when he takes a wrong turn or whatever. But this person saw this clip of me teasing him and making fun of him in I thought a funny way of him driving into Oklahoma. And it was like this long paragraph of a comment about I was condescending and like I was belittling him and like whatever. But hey, whatever. It's fine. Someone commented on something, I guess.
Engagement is key. Like, thank you for the engagement. It really does more than you think it does. Like all of the thumbs downs. Thank you. That helps the video grow. It doesn't tell YouTube it is a bad video. It tells YouTube, oh, this video is getting engagement. Maybe I should show it to more people. So thank you to all of the downvotes and the negative comments. It really
helps.
It helps more than you think it does. But yeah, I'm wanting to attract more of an audience that's interested in both the story worlds that I'm writing in and the tabletop game that I am currently developing. And I thought that by making these little shorts about things that people don't know at all would, one, be very handy later, because if you start getting into the setting, you now have a bunch of 1-minute videos that will give you a flavor of the setting and whatnot. I'm also going to be editing them into supercuts on each individual topic. So I really think that will be helpful in getting people in, because that's the hardest thing, especially with fantasy and science fiction, is explaining the weirdness that you have in your prose to people on the outside who have not experienced it yet. See, the thing is, CreatorTube is defunct. As somebody who kind of jumped into that bandwagon very quickly, first of all, depending on what you're doing creatively, if you make music, have a separate channel and make sure that you have validated it with YouTube that it is a music channel, and you get perks that you don't get as a regular YouTube creator. Quite a few of them, actually. Like, anytime anybody plays my music, YouTube gives me money on any video or live stream. I get a little bit of the ad revenue, even though I do not have enough subscribers to be monetized. Also, I already have a community tab over on my music channel. You get that from the beginning. You don't have to get up to 500 subscribers for that. So if you're doing music, make sure you have validated yourself with YouTube as a music creator so that you get the benefits of that. Also, it helps your stuff show up in YouTube Music, which a surprising number of people use. So definitely check that out. Everything else, just have fun with it. Just make sure that you use something like DistroKid. I've heard bad things about CD Baby and some of those, but I really like DistroKid. That's who I use. They're very inexpensive to get your music up on all the streaming services, and they do have the authority to validate you as a record label with YouTube and get you the perks of being a musician. So's you know. Especially for Oscar Wilde. Like, can you imagine if people didn't talk about him? He would die. I love Oscar Wilde, which is why I get. Oh. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do another sprint. Where'd you go? There you are. And we are going to be saying goodbye to number 3. Goodbye, number 3. Have fun with
Hasta la
your
vista.
little doggy
You
friend.
served me well.
Alrighty,
I pick green.
8.
Purple tails.
I'm sticking with number 11. Alright, since we've had problems and we lost Stephanie for a while and then we lost Maggie because the gremlins are going crazy today, make sure you are saving your documents. Make sure you are backing them up. Send them to yourself. Send them to a friend. Put them wherever you can. That will keep them from going away into the ether should a little worst happen. Like, that was the nice thing about having to get a new computer recently. I didn't have to worry about reinstalling anything because I keep everything generally in a Dropbox folder. So it was just like, it's fine. Just reinstall and everything will be there when we're done. Yay! But also, I'm out of allergy medication, so I apologize for all of this. Alrighty,
I have
let's
to
go
make a
ahead.
15-word bio for this submission.
Ooh, that's a hard number of words.
It's so small. I'm used to like 30.
Like, I am a horror writer is going to be most of those. Like, ugh.
But I edited it. I took out a couple of words here and there, and now the children's fingers are roasted and nibbled to the bone.
Ooh,
So, yeah,
nice.
fun times.
Fun times. Alrighty, speaking of fun times, let's go off and see what our imagination brings us in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nightmares to all, y'all. Or dreams, whatever you need.
They have green goggles. Does that count?
2 was my second
Sure.
choice. Dang it!
I blame Cat.
What,
It's all Cat's fault. Cat did it.
What did I do?
I may have been on Art Breeder that entire sprint.
I sent you a thingy on Discord. I made a Vela version of the cover.
Wait, do I not have Discord open? I do have Discord open. Why did Discord not make a sound? Ooh. Ooh, that's party.
Also, I was like, for fun, I'm gonna make so the Vampire Diaries had a bunch of book covers where it basically is just like half the face for all their books.
Mhm.
Like they did for all the. They went through a thing where HarperCollins did that with a ton of books, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I'm making alternate versions of the Blood Ring covers with the because I have Dinah's image because I made it on Art Breeder.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for your enjoyment, and then I was like, "Hey, how do I give her a crown?"
Ooh.
Everything's a little Bernie. Still good. Still good. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm almost
Nice.
tempted to try and to actually figure out a way to use the Art Breeder images of her for on the covers. I mean, I have them.
Dear Space Daddy, please give us the ability to allow people to have alternate covers, especially for our PDFs that we're selling via your Kindle Direct publishing thing. Also for the whole like Kindle version of the book, where it would be easy to just sideload several different image files or let them pick and have it insert the one that they want. Because that would be amazing. I would love to do that. Thank you, Space Daddy. I know he's not listening. He never listens. I see my thanks.
Fire! Somebody gave me fire!
Ah! Oh my goodness.
Well, I was busy putting together a playlist for my main character. Like, what would she be listening to on a daily basis? And so far, I have a few songs that I would like to. Of course, she has to listen to the Linda Lindas because she lives in California. She would discover them, of course, and be like, yes, this is my jam. And so we've got some of that. Then we've got, of course, Tupac's California Love, because that you can't live in California without listening to that song daily.
It's the
It's
law.
like the law. Yeah. And Rage Against the Machine, because they're from California. So, of course, you listen to like Killing in the Name, like at least once a day as well. Dead Kennedys, because they're from California and she's into punk music.
Oh, Jello be off. How I love thee. Let me count the ways.
And then we've got because she likes Zach De La Roca from Rage Against the Machine, she discovered Run the Jewels, who has Close Your Eyes and Count to F, which is a really great song, and I'm listening to it right now, and it's like, yeah.
Would she not also be into Tom Morello and all of the insane music that he has made? Maybe.
Well, there's okay. So there, what is? Oh, I just listened to their song. Let me. I can't remember what it was. I wish there was like a history on here so I could listen to.
The obvious Prophets of Rage that Tom Morello was a member of, but then you have his weird solo albums where he's just like, but I can't.
Well, there was a band he joined in California, and I can't think of the name off the top. Well, he joined a couple. He started a couple bands, but this one has a black lead singer, and I can't think of who it is.
I know. Today is not the day for names. I don't know when that day is. It's rare.
But at least you know of which band I speak.
Yeah. I was just thinking of his weird spoken word albums because
It's like sleeping in something.
they're amazing. Because he's like, I really want to collab with this
No.
person, but they don't sing. We can do spoken word. Just record me some like beat poetry, and I'll put music to it. It's fine. Like if you have not heard any of the weird Tom Morello spoken word albums, like they are phenomenally bizarre, and I love them.
Princess.
Oh,
Oy, princess.
the Jenna the Soul Writer says, finally got the video to let you do what you wanted. That's amazing. Do you have secrets? I don't even know what app you're using, but yeah. Oh, that always feels so good. Yeah, 2 hours later. Yeah. That's them. But yeah, they are amazingly epic. Hello, Jordan. How are y'all? How are you doing today? I'm fine. I'm fine.
It wasn't sleeping, it was Street Sweeper Social Club or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Does anything have one that's like Ride the Bulls or something like that? Like it's a play on Bulls on Parade. It's something.
I'm trying to look up all his bands right now.
There's just too many in my brain.
Street Sweeper Social Club, and then there's Prophets of Rage, and then who else? What were we looking for?
He's got one that's like something Bulls or something. It's like a play on Bulls on Parade.
Let's see.
But I can't.
He was in Audio Slave for a while. The Night Watchman.
Who wasn't in Audio Slave for a while?
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. The Atlas Underground. The Atlas Underground Fire. And then, oh my gosh, there's all these side projects.
Whoa. Burger and Fry sounds really good. I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the name of his CD, which had like a...
Maybe.
I'm going to have to see if it has like a bull. No, it had a hippo on it.
I don't know. Like I said, Names and I, not friends right now. Like if you ask me my name, I might just randomly pick one of yours because I don't know. That's why if I do this, my name appears. So I remember, oh yeah, I'm Charlie. Because brain so broken today in so many ways. Good reasons, but still just broken. All the broken. But yeah, I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight because Brian kept convincing me that I needed to throw a party and celebrate the thing. And so I told him bring home something celebratory tonight.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
And I gave no input on what that would mean. So
Princess.
We will have something. Stop asking me that. See, wish you could make your yeah, you could
Artbreeder and Canva.
Yeah.
Kat has a video on how to use Artbreeder.
I need to make an updated version of that because they have updated the site, but it's still pretty close, I think.
You can still go back to the old version still. Because I noticed that. So if you want to use it specifically, but most of the filters are the same, they just group them different. So the interface looks different, and they've added a few new ones down in the other section. But that would be a handy resource for you. And I did a very long-winded thing with Glory and Tom over on Glory Writes the Blues channel on how to do your own book covers. And Glory did her version, Tom did his version, and I did mine. And I used one of my sci-fi novels to show how to do book covers. So it's not as it's as complex as you want it to be. But there are ways to do it that are not extremely painful.
Plus, Glory and Tom also did another episode that me and Laura also did things on.
When in doubt, just assume there's a Glory Writes the Blues that helps you. What'd you say, Laura?
I need to go take this puppy outside. He's very, very whiny. Aren't you, sir? So that.
Bye. But yeah, if because worst comes to worst, you have a rough image that you can give to whoever you end up making your cover, and that's always helpful. As somebody who has helped several friends with covers over time, the closer I have to an idea of what I'm starting with, the easier it is to actually make a cover. And I've thought about adding that as a commission over on my coffee, but I cannot figure out how much to charge for it. Because when you look at how much people charge for covers, it feels crazy, but also somehow accurate. So
$350.
yeah, that just feels crazy, but also yeah, that makes sense.
I'm really tempted to just give her a really cartoony crown.
Dinner. Learned three things from this dinner dishes adventure. One, I love containers for my fridge. Same. Oh, everything should be in a container. The hubby and I have fought our entire married life because I don't understand why he keeps the cereal and the pasta in boxes. I do not understand this. I did not grow up this way. I grew up around here where bugs are a thing, and no, everything goes in a container. Why have you not? I don't. Fine. I'm fine. Continuing. Number two, if someone takes my release tool out of the kitchen, I will riot. Feel this. Have one that I love myself. It stays right in the corner that I have designated it for. You remove it from the corner, you put it back, or there will be death. One murder for every time. It is not bad. Them's the rules. Feel this. And three, I hate washing cookie sheets.
Yes, I bet it is.
Cookie sheets are the devil.
It was so cute last night. I don't know if you saw the picture I posted in the general chat. Anna and my niece were washing dishes after dessert last night. They were just
cute.
soaking paper plates. Because my nephew likes to help with the dishes, and he was standing there and he's like scrubbing them, and my mom was drying. So Anna pulled up a chair next to him, and she was handing him stuff, and it was just like a cute little something line. So when we got done with dessert, Anna wanted to wash dishes like big cousin, but he was like, "But they're not real dishes; they go in the trash." And we're like, we were, my sister and I were both like, the younger girls want to practice. They want to be like you. Let them practice with the paper plates, and then they'll work up to regular dishes. Oh, okay.
Or you teach them the song from the animated version of The Hobbit so they can sit up there at the sink. Chip the glasses, crack the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Like, because, that's what would be happening otherwise.
No, Anna was sitting there going, clean up, clean up.
My grandmother learned this the hard way. Right? Oh, yes. Everything. Yes. We have 5 cabinets that are nothing but empty containers that could have things in them. And why he does not use them, I do not understand. Like, everything should be in a container. It's fine. But everything should be in a container. Everything. We have.
No, Bessie uses like the cereal containers and stuff like that because, well, her mom was a Tupperware lady, so she has all of the Tupperware.
I miss my Tupperware. When we first moved in together, we went yard sailing to find things for the house because we had no money. We couldn't even afford the townhouse we were moving into because we did not want to move into an apartment. We wanted a townhouse over by where our friends lived. And so we had to find a third roommate, which was a mistake. Anywho, many mistakes, actually. A kind of serial series of mistakes. But that's neither here nor there. And we found this old couple that I don't know if they thought I was a lady or if they understood what was going on or if they were just really accepting of queer people. I don't know. But she was just enamored with the idea that we were moving into our first house together and just loved the thing and sold us like all of her Tupperware for $1.
Oh wow.
So we paid like $1 and had like all of the Tupperware, all of it.
Nice.
And she was
Yeah, I
she was
think
just gooing and oohing and awing over everything. And just this is a cute couple, and it was just I was very
Bestie's
nice.
mom, I think, went through every catalog she had and everything that she like had on hand in her house for parties and picked out all of the green, and that was our wedding present.
I also used to have a large collection of jadeware, which I loved, that disappeared in the second Great Pilfering. Not that I'm bitter
She
at
also
all.
had given me Tupperware as a graduation present, like little like pencil cases and stuff. And so when Bestie graduated, I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll like get a bunch of like Rubbermaid and give that as like a gag gift." And I'm like, "Wait, no, she likes me. I probably shouldn't do that."
There's no such thing as too many containers. Like there really isn't, because Brian gets very confused. Like, why do we have so many containers? And then a thing happens, and he's like, "Why don't we have any more containers?" And I'm like, This is why. This is why. Like, you don't need all of them all of the time, but occasionally a windfall of some sort happens, and you need all of them.
Would you like
And
to
it's
name the next one?
I don't understand the asking. Yes, of course we do. Ooh.
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 So I've got Rise of the Blood Queen and Blood Queen. And now I need to make the Long Live the Blood Queen one.
Every time I see that one image down, I just get Susie and the Banshees Wheel on Fire stuck in my head. Very specifically, the Susie and the Banshees version of that song. A lot of people have done covers of it over the years. You probably know it as the theme song to Absolutely Fabulous if you don't know it from Susie and the Banshees. Um, yeah, feel it. Alrighty. So, I think we're just about ready to do another sprint. Maybe? Maybe. That is such a nice face. Alrighty, before I get distracted and the silence overtakes us, let's go ahead and do another sprint.
Sprint.
Sprint! Oh, dear sprints! Goodbye, number 2. You have served us well. Off you go to swim with your puppers. Alrighty, I'm sticking with number 11 because sunk cost fallacy.
All of the
Purple
green.
tails. Someday one of them is gonna win.
One of these days. Alrighty. Ow. One of these days I'm going to break my finger on this ring. This ring really hurts when you clap your hands together.
Wait, that looks better that way.
Make sure you're saving your documents. Make sure you are backing them up. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. We've been doing this for 2 hours. If you've been with us the whole time and have not gotten up and moved around, maybe you should do that. Get yourself a nice, lovely pot of tea. Something, Take care of yourself. Make sure you're hydrating. We are going to get started on the sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! Let us get ourselves a sea puppers. Number four, a purple-tailed one won.
Green shirt. I won too.
Woo!
Should I do a thing?
Sure. Always do a thing.
Hi, Jules.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm terrible at encouraging other
Did you do
people
the
to
thing
do
I
things.
just sent you?
So,
Or should I just share the screen?
if you want to share the screen, share the screen. Because I think I know what you're sharing. Is it what you sent me on Discord? Because if so,
Yes.
it's amazing.
Should I make it the Vela cover?
I think that would work well as a Vela cover. Granted, I don't understand what they're doing with Vela, but
Because
it's a whole other.
that's how it would look.
It
Ooh.
looks really good.
And I did end up actually making all three. And they actually look really good. I'm just like, this is like very nostalgic. With
It
the
is. It really is.
And then in reverse order, these are the ones I initially made. So they go like this. Book 1, book 2, book 3.
Dinar, the Great Mystery.
I'm gonna do it. Because it looks cool.
It does. It looks very good.
I'm gonna just publish that button.
I should maybe do something on Vela.
I'm resisting the urge to start working on a third thing for Vela. So
I mean, I've already taken one of my stories down from there because I had a huge fight with them about a thing, and fine, I will be doing that elsewhere. But I kind of want to have something up over there, so I don't know.
I wonder if it's not gonna show it yet. Because it's gotta update it.
Yeah, I made the mistake that sprint. All the mistake. I started thinking, what should be in the bio that I send in for the thing, which got me thinking about, oh Lord, I'm going to be on the ballot for the thing, and then that got me like
Spiraling.
wee. Like, I don't think spiraling is the right word. It's kind of like a giant grabbed me by the hands and started like spinning around like I was a child. Like, I wasn't really going up or down emotionally. It was just like, ah! just all of the like ah! of it. Yeah. And then I just kind of stared at a cursor going tick, 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 tick for the whole sprint. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where to start on a bio for something like this, because this is honestly not something I ever thought I would be doing. So, yeah. Sid's excited. There's that. But yeah, that was a mistake, because I thought, I've got like 500 bios written up for various things. Like, I could just edit one of these, it'll be fine. Well, what should actually be in a bio for the Whee! Just all of the spinning. Just all of the spinning. How did everybody else do?
Well, I fed the dogs and took them out. And then I started working on, because I finished up my character notes and stuff. And I finished the playlist for now. Of course, I'm going to fiddle with it later because I can't resist. I mean, come on, it's music. But I'm starting to work on the notes for the story because I'm trying to figure out, like, because the last time I tried writing the first draft of it, the story wasn't working. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, just what I'm doing. Yeah, what
Well,
I'm doing.
during the last sprint, I was watching Click's latest video, r/Bad Women's Anatomy, and oh my
I
god!
saw that one went up, and I was like, "No, Mark, not today. I have enough. I have enough distracting me from everything."
I
No.
was just
No.
Kat and I watched the first half of it on Discord, and we were both just like, "What?"
No, you dirty Swede. I do not need this right now. No. No.
And then that led me to a video that I started watching, and I couldn't get through it because somebody interrupted me. About D&D horror stories. I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's my problem. I keep trying to get myself back on track. Like, you're developing a game right now. None of this matters right now. You just move forward, work on the game. And I'm just like, I have so much to do for the game. Yes, but you've got it all outlined. You know what you're doing. Maybe I should set up my Atlassian so that I have all of my stuff done. Like, I found all the ways to procrastinate today. And I've done a little bit of each procrastination. Just a little bit. Like, they're all productive procrastination. It's all things what needed to be done anyway. But just a little bit of, like, not enough to actually finish anything, but a little bit of each thing. A little bit. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's because I wouldn't get a cow, isn't it? Oh. And yes, for anybody who's not sure, that image of Bridget is right there. It's right there. This is all because I wouldn't get a cow. I swear. Oh.
Cows are a lot of work. Does she not realize this?
Glory sent me a thing. Apparently, you can get miniature cows, like you can get miniature horses.
Mhm.
Oh my
Bred
god,
miniature cows,
that's so cute.
and they're adorable. And yet, no, like I don't want to. I grew up on farms, and I love cows. Cows are all the huggy snoo. Like, they're just so loving and so sweet, and they taste delicious once you slaughter them. But I don't want a cow. I don't want to. I'm sorry. Again, grew up on farm. I have no attachment. Like, this is the life cycle. We predators. This is fine. Like, the only time you get happy is when you finally kill the chickens, because the chickens deserved it. Like, it's like a full trial thing, because you know what that chicken did. You know why it deserves the death penalty for it.
I think there's a lady that runs a like a rescue farm. So it's like animals that have been at the sort of like end of their usefulness for zoos and petting places and things like that. Anyway, they have an emu that is apparently very violent, and they named her Karen.
Oh, I think I've seen this. Yes.
And so somebody asked, has Karen ever hurt you accidentally? And she's showing herself filming, and the emu is like charging at her. And so she's like, no, every time she has done it, she's done it on purposely, viciously. So no accidental harm has ever been committed by the emu, only intentional harm.
He popped up on my Twitter because of my obsession with Emmanuel the emu.
I follow her on TikTok now.
Oh, great. I follow her on Twitter, so I get all her TikToks on there.
That was my concern when I called the helpline for KDP with all of my book issues. I'm like, don't sound like a Karen. Don't sound like a Karen. Don't sound like a Karen. This poor guy does not get paid enough to deal with me.
We almost had a reenactment of the Great Emu War around here because a lot of the farmers got tricked into thinking that emu was going to be the next big meat. So a lot of the farmers around here bought emus, and when they saw the price that emu was going for, let them go. So there were marauding bands of angry emu doing terrible things, and I figured out how Australia could have solved things. Wild boar. Apparently, wild boar will kill and eat emu.
They will eat anything.
They will eat anything. The boar population exploded again, like we needed that to happen. It's fine. It's fine. Soon we will all bow to our swine overlords, but we don't have emu anymore.
So in my story, well, actually in real life, near where my story takes place, part of it, there is an ostrich farm that used to exist in Pasadena, California, and they used to sell like ostrich feathers and stuff to the people making like hats and stuff. And that's what it made me think of, the emus and the ostriches, even though they're different birds, but similar.
Jen, the romance writer, got 450 words at the end of that sprint. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's all kinds of the goal. Yeah, I'm living in fear that somebody's going to trick them into something. I mean, you have to remember, like, we don't live far away from the weird cobra outbreak that happened. Like, it was in the 1920s, but like, there's a history of weird exotic animal problems in the area. And if you don't know about the Springfield cobra outbreak, I highly recommend that you look into it. It's terrifying and horrible, and involves a revenge plot against a landlord by a pet store owner who just started importing cobras and letting them go so that he could hunt them down and be a town hero. And
wow.
Yeah. So, like, and that's just one of the weird stories from around here. Like, we have a history of bad things with exotic animals. So,
I think I'll skip the scary snake story though, because
yeah, it's
a little too scary for me.
And where's Laura? This is a perfect story starter for one of her tales, because they kept finding them forever. They think they got them all, though they did apparently find eggs at one point.
Oh man.
But there haven't really been
from me.
Yeah. Like, that's the last thing we need around here. Like, we already have all the snakes. Like, all of them. All of them. There's just too many. And most of them are venomous around here. So, yay. We don't need cobras added. Like, don't add.
Exempt by the white stripes just came on, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is a real thing that happened. And it's generally called the Springfield Cobra Outbreak. It took place in Springfield, Missouri, and is a thing what happened in history. And it went on for like 2 years.
That sounds
like, you would get mad at somebody and let a cobra out behind their house.
That's psychotic. Is what that
yeah.
is. Very much psychotic.
Yeah, and he just got a slap on the wrist because there really wasn't a law against releasing wild venomous creatures. Like
you couldn't even get him for like child endangerment or anything like that.
There are very few things that are actually illegal here. It's problematic. Hubby likes to tell the stories about like when he and his dad decided to build the deck for our house and literally got laughed at when they went in and asked if there were any zoning ordinances that they had to follow. They got laughed at. But because no. And then when they asked about the electrics, they were told, well, I mean, you could get somebody to mark where they are, but trust me, you'll know when you hit an electrical line.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. No legal requirement to have the gas, water, and electric, marked before you start digging into the ground.
Is that like a statewide thing?
Yep.
What is wrong with Missouri?
I'm sure somewhere around like maybe Kansas City and St. Louis County and around in there, maybe they are a little bit more rational about it, but yeah.
I can just imagine Joe hearing this and having to pick his job off the floor because he works in architecture and has to deal a lot with building code. And oh, wow.
I just hope we're not living here when the earthquake happens. Like that's my biggest motivator to want to leave because we're overdue for it. And we have my great great grandmother's diary entries about the last time the earthquake happened. And as she describes it, she thought the end of days was here because she looked out and the hills kept rising till she couldn't see the sky in the window anymore as the ground rolled towards the house.
That's terrifying.
Wow.
It was so powerful, the Mississippi River flowed backwards for 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a sign of the end of times.
Yeah. If
We
you
don't
think that
need
you live-
that right now.
No,
No.
but I mean, if it's guaranteed to happen in a decade, it will happen in the 2020s.
yeah, and I'm just hoping like we're on vacation because nothing around here is built for earthquakes. Like even though we know, like one of the most dangerous faults in the world is right down the road over there. Nothing. There are no earthquake codes at all. Like everything's just going to collapse. Everything will fall down.
Wow.
So get ready for that. But yeah, if you're not familiar with the New Madrid fault, and you're like, what kind of cataclysm can I put in my fantasy world? Look it up. It's terrifying. It is terrifying because it's not an actual fault line like normal fault lines. It's not like two things crashing together or two things rubbing side to side.
Isn't that the fault that they used in one of the movies that split America?
Yep. It's a pressure fault. It's because the Atlantic plate's pushing on the country over there and the Pacific plate's pushing on the country over there. And this is where the country's literally just breaking. It's just, that's the pressure point where the country just went, I can't take it anymore. Bam. Which is fitting that it's here. Like very symbolic. Good on you, all the beings of the universe, for the irony of that. Like symbolism, on point. A little too on point. It's a little obvious. Just a little. Speaking of cute critters, you catch squirrels? If I could attract all of the squirrels, I would. Because all the neighbors want the birds, and I don't really care about the birds. I mean, they're fine, but I want the
I had a
squirrels.
squirrel as a pet. Did I ever tell you guys that story?
I think so. Or at least you told me about it.
My dad's friend was working in like landscaping or something, and they cut down a tree, and there was a squirrel's nest in the tree, and the mama was killed. So he took one of the babies, and my dad took one of the babies, and we had him in a bird cage, and we lined it with shredded newspaper. And well, first we fed him through an eyedropper. We gave him milk through an
man.
eyedropper because he was so tiny.
Oh, wow.
So we had to nurse him through with an eyedropper. And then we would give him like peanuts and crackers, and he would like bury them in the newspaper. So cute. He would eat Ritz crackers. I was like, can't believe I still remember this. I was like 8. And he would like nibble around the edges of a Ritz cracker. It was the most adorable thing ever. And then maybe like I don't even think we had him for a year. And my grandmother was cleaning the cage out in the garage, and he bit her and took off. And
Oh, man.
that was the end of that. My sister was wrecked. She was only like 3 or 4.
Oh.
The allergies are fun today. I'm hoping he comes home and he's just like, what are you talking about? It's right here. Because that tends to be what happens when I can't find one at my distance. Alrighty, so here's the options that I'm just going to put forward to you. We could either do another sprint, because we got like 16 minutes, or we could just do the chit chats. I'm good with either because I know I'm just going to stare at that like screen and the cursor blinking. I don't even think it actually blinks. I think my mind is just putting in the blinking cursor just to like taunt me more. But
Yeah, I don't think cursors blink. Not anymore.
If it distracts you, we could do the chatty chats.
oh, I don't care. I don't know if that anything can distract me because again, I'm just holding on to the hands of that giant who just won't stop spinning. Just all the spinning, just wee.
Yeah, I'm in a chatty mood. Well, not really, but sort of.
Yeah,
Me in a chatty mood is kind of weird, but occasionally I'm wordy.
So I've mentioned this in a couple of the hangouts, but I don't think I've talked about it on stream. If anybody has not heard the great gift that Beyonce and Madonna gave us with that the Queen's remix of "Break My Soul," oh my goodness, like there's no greater queer heaven than because it's Madonna, it's Beyonce who, and it's a mashup of "Break My Soul" and "Vogue" by Madonna. So the part where like Madonna like chanted all the names of like these great heroines from Hollywood, Beyonce chants the names of all of the great legendary houses of ballroom, which I never knew how bad I needed to hear Beyonce say House of La Beja until I heard her say that. And then I did. And I'm like, life. It's just so good. And Big Frida, of course, because is who is sampled on the original track. They snuck some of Big Frida in there. So it's like all of the joy, like all of the joy in one song. It is the one thing keeping my brain together. I have listened to it. Like it's number one song in the United States because I have it on repeat constantly. It's so good. It's so good. And it just feels like such a gift from the universe. It's like everything's been really, really bad. Here, let's have all of the queer queens come together. Make something magical for the world. With a message that we all need right now. Because no, you ain't gonna break my soul. That's not happening. That's not happening. Ooh. Hummingbirds are amazing. The biggest problem we have around here is this is the land of the wasps. And so hummingbird feeders become wasp feeders.
Mm. Yeah, because wasps really love sugar.
And we have a lot of wasps. Which doesn't help that everybody around here has like the hummingbird bushes, the butterfly bushes planted to attract butterflies to their yard, and wasps love those too. And they have the hummingbird feeders out, and the wasps. So many wasps, so many wasps. Like I understand why we have that many, but why? I still want to know about the crickets. I don't understand why we're having a plague of crickets this year.
If you love bees and you hate wasps and you're looking for a good book to read, I recommend The Bees by Laylene Paul. It's a very good book. And it's a very accurate book about how bees and bees work in their hive and stuff like that, and then how bees interact with other species like wasps. And it's a good book. Fantastic book.
I don't know if it's like the heat of the summer or if there's something like going on with the population or whatever, but the traps that my mom has on her patio are not filled with carpenter bee corpses.
Maybe my crickets came and got them. Oh, sorry, the crickets are really bothering me this year. They're everywhere.
The crickets are extremely loud this year.
There were a lot of them on the driveway yesterday when we were leaving my mom's, and they were little bitty, and they're just bloop, 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 all over the place.
They're really small, and they keep riding the dog in at night when she goes out to do her final trip to the yard. She'll come in and like you'll just watch as 3 crickets jump off of her into the house.
That Muffy brought in a tick the other night, and she has light fur so you could see it, and she was like, "Oh, my puppy!"
Hello again, Jordan. How are you doing? Yeah, the bugs have been weird this year. I mean, the temperature, like I am done with summer. I am done. Like We had Lugnaza. It's fall now. Get on that, weather. And it's supposed. We're actually supposed to get cooler weather later this week when the pain bringers leave. I think the last of the pain bringers is going through tonight. Which has been fun. We've had all of the thunderstorms. We've had at least one wild hunt this week, which was not fun with the dog. Like, if you've never been through one of those kinds of thunderstorms where it's just constant thunder, like it never stops. It's just constant. It just every now and then gets louder,
Yeah.
but it will not end. Doggy does not like those. I'm not the biggest fan, but like the sky is rumbling so much the whole house is shaking slightly because just we had at least one of those.
That's why I tried to mute as much as possible Monday when we had like the rumbles and the booms in case it picked up on my mic during game night.
I didn't hear anything, but then again, I never really hear anything.
I'm hoping
And then that branch fell down.
I saw your post on that.
I
Yeah.
had to pull my oh my god! I was trying to get Joe into the house because he was on his phone, standing on the patio on the front porch, on his phone talking to his dad, and I'm like, "Why do you have to be outside when it's lightning? What are you doing?"
There's something about dads that I don't know if it's like this sense that they have to protect, so they have to know what's coming. But yeah, so I think I remember when we had a really bad storm near our old place, we had several tornadoes that like came through in a line and touched down, and Dad was all like, "Is it over yet?" like stepping like.
My grandfather did that. It was like the I don't know, early 80s, and there was a tornado that blew through their neighborhood, and he's watching it from across the street. My grandmother's screaming at him to get into the basement, and he's standing at the front door watching it go across the street. And she's like, "What the f are you doing?"
I know I've told
He's
the story.
like, "What? It's cool looking."
I know I've told the story before,
and
but
that's why statistically men die first.
I do love my great aunt who got so mad because the tornado hit her house, pulled her out, and she slammed head first into a tree in her yard that she went out with an axe as soon as she was better, cut the tree down, and had a bonfire with its wood because it dared to damage her face.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, if you can't hunt down the storm and smack it into the ground, you might as well hunt down the tree.
It says so much about my family. Like, it's like one of those stories. Like, here, let me explain my family in one anecdote. It just takes one. Yeah, she chopped down a tree and burned it because it dared to break her face because a tornado threw her into it after eating her house. Yeah, where's my movie of that? Like, but you write that into a story and people are going to be like, that would never happen. That's too unrealistic. And I'm like, have you met my Aunt Sybil? Like, I don't think you've ever met my great Aunt Sybil. She's an unbelievable person. She lived, like all of her relative siblings, on pure spite, anger, and rage. Like, I'm pretty sure she cooked her food by just mean mugging it until it was done. Like, she just scowled it into submission and just the heat of her anger cooked it done. Woohoo!
I got distracted and I wrote another story.
I am surprised.
It's
The
called
best
Apple
kind of
Teeth.
distraction.
It's called Apple Teeth, and it is very fun.
I am super shocked that you, of all the people that I know, went, so I walked the dog, got distracted, came back with another story done. I mean...
Yeah, it's only 100 words. Yeah.
Only 100 words. You know what I would give for 100 words right now? Do you know?
Why are you whining again, sir? I fed you.
There
I
are
gave you
squirrels to
treats.
chase. There are treats to be eaten. There are cuddles to be had. You
Oh,
not
we
know
love the
there's something
cuddles.
stinky outside that he has not rolled in yet, or not rolled in enough.
He has not found all the street bread yet.
He only got one cookie today on the street.
Only one.
I'm having a real elf moment right now where it's like don't eat the random gum you find on the street. Like maybe not the cookies or the bread either. Like maybe not. Maybe not, Roy.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Why you gotta be so dang cute?
He is. He's the cuteness.
Roy.
Yes, sir.
You don't understand.
he does look like a little kid with his paw up on the chair.
They're smelly things. They're smelly things I could be rolling in. Do you not understand?
Oh,
How do you not understand? Have you not gotten me another pillow that I can completely destroy? How am I supposed to deal with this if I'm not destroying the pillows?
Oh, he destroyed my flip flop a little bit today.
Oh no.
oh no.
It has a strap that goes into. I'll show you. The strap used to have 2 prongs. It's missing one now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
These are older shoes. They're from 2018, 19. So,
no. But
Yeah.
still.
yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
Shoes.
When I was at the grocery store today, I decided I was going to pick up some nail decals. It's the first time I've
Ooh.
picked up some of these. So they're like a navy blue purple. There's a purple shimmer, and then there's a rose gold
Nice.
shimmer, and then a sort of like marble effect. So the basic color is this like dark navy blue, and then you get to
Ooh.
pick out.
Nice.
So pretty.
I messed up the first ones because they recommend using the little file that comes with it, and they're like, just put it up, put it on, put the sticker on, kind of fold it over the edge of your nail, and then make sure you use the file and press down, and it it tore too much, so I wound up resorting to nail clippers, and I don't know, we'll see.
I swear these are made with industrial strength sandpaper, but Brian buys these in bulk, and they just one swipe smooth, like just whoop. No going back and forth. Make sure you have your angle done precisely the first time, or you will make a razor claw that will do nothing but harm you until it grows out. You can make death nails with these by accident really easily. If you remember a while back there when I had like random cuts on my face periodically, that was my fingernails because I accidentally went the wrong way with this thing. And every time like, ooh, itchy, oh, blood. Like,
Oh man.
if you've ever wanted to be a predator, I'll ask Brian what brand these are. And you can turn yourself into the
Sandpaper?
machine.
Yes. Sandpaper.
They feel like sandpaper. They feel more like sandpaper than any nail file I have ever found in my life. But they're very inexpensive, so when the cats inevitably steal it, because no matter where I put it, the cats will find it.
Well, I mean, they got to do their claws too.
You want to sharpen their claws.
But yeah,
I have no idea how long these will last because they very much are just stickers. Like, am I supposed to put like a clear polish over this? Nope. I'm like, okay.
you could.
I could, and I may wind up doing that for the glitter ones because they're a little rougher.
Wow.
Yeah. But on the other hand,
Maybe they want to start doing my nails again. I want to start doing any of those like little self-care things. Like I keep putting them on my list, and then it's just like, I'm just gonna sleep instead. Yeah. I'm just gonna sleep.
sleep is an important part of self-care.
Nancy, would you stop that?
It has been the weird gift that keeps giving.
So I did more art breeder things.
Okay.
Is anyone
Before I face back on.
surprised?
Is anyone surprised? No. But I think I figured out the images of what I want the main character and her brother to look like from Uncommon Royals. I will share screen.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know where the screen is, but I assume it's on its way.
So
Ooh.
her, like
I
her
would-
hair is naturally black,
I used to have that hair color. I miss it.
gorgeous. And then this is her twin brother. They are going to be the king and queen.
Cool.
I have issues. That looks like somebody I know.
I'm
It
sorry.
looks a lot like somebody I know.
I made
A little
it
creepy.
from her image.
The hair
I
color is
literally
wrong.
just took her image and made it male.
Like the hair color is wrong, and that's creeping me out a little bit because I'm like, you have made the evil version of the person who, sure, we'll say they're the good version. It's fine. Like,
This can be the good version if you want.
might be. They're very neutral. Very, very, very much on the neutral. They do look like siblings, though.
They should. I literally made his image from hers. I literally was in the remix thing and I went like this. And it made him.
If
And
can
then I
we
did,
do one of those
slight
for real
adjustments
life,
to the color.
please? Like, I would love just the slider to be like, I feel like this today. Well, bam. And just like a little bit of wiggle jiggle, little circle thing over my face, and then fixed. That'd be wonderful. I'd be very appreciative. All right. So let's see. Things. Tomorrow we're going to be doing whatever Brian has planned for the Valheim. Because I don't know. He has not told me. I'm pretty sure at some point he's going to try to turn it into a Dungeon of the Endless stream, and no, not while I'm there because it's too much. I can't take it. Like the Valheim's intense enough. So I don't know what he has planned for that.
He is very serious about Dungeon of the Endless.
Very. Friday, I don't know what I will be doing. I say that every week, but I'm more convinced than ever it will be a game of some sort. I rather enjoyed V Rising. We will probably continue on that server on V Rising, or I might continue my expedition if I don't have it finished by then, because I'm getting a little frustrated because I want my living ship. I just so close, yet so far away. I need to find cadmium. I just need to find cadmium. Where is all the cadmium? Where? Because I don't have the engine, so I can't go to a red star system, which is where you would normally find it. And I actually need to go to a red star system, which means I need to find a way to build the engine that requires the cadmium to go to the red star system so I can get the cadmium in the first. Game.
And this is why I play games on God mode. Or in cheat mode, or I look up spoilers.
Hey, Jules,
yeah,
have you ever
that's
heard of a Wii mod? It's amazing.
Yeah. This game has none of that.
Yes, it does.
Not for the expeditions because they won't let you bring it back over. They crash.
Well, Charlie made me buy V Rising. I say made. You influenced me. You have become the influencer. So
It's a very good game.
I started out the game, my first game, with the default because I was like, I want to see how quickly I die.
That so hard.
It did not take me long to die.
It don't take you long to die no matter what.
Right. So, but then I went into the advanced setting when I created the next world.
One thing to note about the advanced settings, if you use them in V Rising, if you are playing with other people, there is a known bug that they have not been able to fix that will turn your clan size to 0 when you use the advanced settings. You'll have to reset your clan size manually after you go in there, because that's on the main screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't reset that, You will not be able to have people join you without having to actually hack the file and change the number in the JSON file. It's a known bug that they're having.
It's because they don't want vampires to rule the world, despite the whole premise of the game.
Hopefully they will eventually figure out what's causing it to happen, but it's something that when you start looking at the other settings, basically the settings that are not in that screen get set to 0. And I don't even know what would cause that. That makes no sense whatsoever. I love bugs. This is why I don't release commercial software anymore and have nothing to do with commercial software releases anymore, because there's probably a semicolon somewhere that's in the wrong place, or somebody barked twice when it should have only been once.
Also, when you're in the advanced settings, if you actually try to type a number in, it just auto does 9.
Yeah.
For the first thing.
And do not trust the recent games. They lie. At the very top, when you go into continue, there's the recent games on the top. They lie. One, they will put deleted servers up there for reasons I do not understand, that will then crash your game. And I got into a really bad crash cycle where I had to uninstall and reinstall to get out of it, because I was like, that server's still there? And I tried to load it, and no, that was a mistake. I have learned from my mistakes. That. And half the time, if I am not paying attention and I click that one, it loads like a 9 hour back, 9 play hour back version of it. Like it's some weird backup. If it doesn't just crash. So just ignore that top recently played section, because it's crap and I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's not anything good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jules, I'm going to put a link in the private chat. It's a friend link for Steam.
Okay.
Be my friend, please.
But yeah, even in V Rising, we changed the difficulty of the bosses. We lowered their health just because Brian crashes every time we fight a boss.
No.
And that's been really troublesome because they only stay on the battlefields for a certain period of time after you kill them. And so, yeah, it became a problem. So we lowered their health. And with the exception of that damn rat, we have not had as many problems.
The
Putrid
rat?
The putrid rat, I think, is bugged. It kept spawning like every 5.5 seconds. It would spawn 6 new rats. I think at one point we counted something like 36 rats running around on screen with us.
Wow.
And they unfortunately have smart AI and do pincher moves. Like they will start, they're programmed to surround you, not to chase you. So you get trapped in the middle of a group ball of ravenous rodents that just little.
Can you pick them up?
What?
Can you pick them up, or do you have to kill them?
You have to kill them.
The little bitty rats?
The ones that the putrid rat spawns. Because the putrid rat will spawn like little minion rats that attack.
Yes.
I'm about to load up V Rising so I can try and figure out how to get the dang rat dude so I can try and fight him in my souped up server.
And they all despawn when he dies.
That didn't happen in my game, though.
Oh, that.
So after I killed him, the remaining ones I could pick up.
Yeah, they all went away after we killed him. And he was just a pain in the butt. He was just, I don't know how many times we died, but it was a lot. It was a lot.
And it's all Brian's fault.
Luckily, we put him in the room that we're going to make the throne room. So our coffins were like one set of stairs down. So all we had to do was like quickly die, go back to the coffin and run back up the stairs. And the only way we ended up finally defeating him was we were able to get that rhythm going fast enough that at least one of us was in the room so his health didn't instantly come back. Because if both of you die, his health instantly comes back. So at least one of us was in the room long enough that we were able to just through attrition, like we zapped Brannigan that thing by throwing wave after wave of our own corpses. He killed our Guillermo because our Guillermo got frustrated and was like joined the fight. And we didn't know that he would do that. Like we didn't think about it, and we hadn't given him like weapons or armor at all. And like our Guillermo runs into the room, and we all like had this moment where we're like, "I'll save you, master!" Rah!
I forgot my character had this stupid hat. When I was fishing, I caught a straw hat.
I did too. That's the first hat I've encountered.
And I'm keeping it on because it looks so stupid.
I love the skull mask, and I hope to find it again on one of the other servers. I love the skull mask.
Ridiculous. Would you like to see how ridiculous I look?
Oh, sure.
Before I do anything. I just got this big straw hat.
As you do.
It's very Three Musketeers meets Farmer look. Like
You're not wrong. It's like if the Scarlet Pimpernel was really poor.
And it offers me nothing. This hat does nothing for
That's
me.
genius.
It offers me like no protection whatsoever, I don't think.
Nope, it doesn't do anything. It's just a straw hat.
It's just a straw hat. I feel like it should offer you some sun protection.
You would think.
Sun protection. Like they care about giving us sun protection.
I mean, it is an option. But yeah. I look ridiculous. Also, it's nighttime, so I should go fishing. After I enter my inventory. You can remove me from the screen if you want.
All right. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say before we run off?
yes, the We Will Not Go Back feminist anthology is pushed back to the due date is September 27th. They will go live on September 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So write your pieces and then get them, you record them obviously, and then get them to me, and it will be fantastic. I can't wait to see what everyone comes up with.
Can't wait to see what I come up with. I have a draft. It is terrible.
You
I'm
can
not sharing.
Misadventures of a Mom Author, at least the ebook.
That's what I'm saying. But
Now
can you
available.
though? I was just about to say, but can you though?
No, I looked. I've been spamming the link all over Twitter. That went all fine.
One of us. The pain of Amazon. It's what makes you a real writer. You think you are a writer? Have you suffered at the hands of Amazon?
No, then you are not right.
Then you are not a real writer yet. You will know once the Jeff Bezos has come after you, and you have to go, yes, Space Daddy, I'm sorry.
If flowers blooms.
That's how things
If
go.
Laura looks
I'm sure
adorable.
Laura has like 5,000 stories coming out this week.
I don't know when Birth of a Nephilim was coming out. But
It's such a good story.
it got accepted.
Yay!
Spain second.
And they paid me for it this morning.
Woo! Together!
Even better.
And Jules is all the amazingness. And if you're not subscribed to her and you're here for some reason, what? The Dawdling Writer just should be linked below. The Dawdling Writer. Go over here.
Yes, I stream 4 times a week. Yes, and I attempt to get the things done. I have been on the struggle bus, slowly getting the words out. So if you want to join me on said struggle bus, or come join me and laugh at me as you get all the words, and I hope to steal your mojo, please join me.
The empurpling is occurring. Alrighty. I think that's it. I don't know. Yeah, so that's Friday. Don't forget, starting on the 24th, I will have class, so this will be a whatever they decide to do stream. So enjoy.
Chaos.
The chaos will be profound. And yeah, probably some music coming from me soon because I have like several tracks that are almost done that I don't know, I might share with the world. And
Yay.
start bugging Glory because she has the sheet music for the Oscar Mayer song, which must be made. Alrighty, have the fun, y'all.